Okay, guys, so I'm making cake pops. You're gonna have to like bake your cake first, then get the cake, break it into like little crumbs, and then you're gonna start putting 2 cups of icing. 2 spoonfuls of icing in. It depends how big your cake is. Like if it's kind of big, start with 2 spoonfuls, and then just keep adding if it's not moist enough. But so just keep mixing until it's good with your hands. Here, like this. Mom, I kind of need your help. Yeah, you gotta keep mixing it till it's all moist. Sticks together. Doesn't fall apart. Guys, remember a like is always appreciated, and if you subscribe to my channel, that would be nice. Yeah, make sure to get all that icing mixed in.
Take my watch. No! Why? I don't care if you lose it. It's on my head. I want to know. Let me see. No.
Get all the icing off your fingers and put it in the cake. If you're not, or you can just use a hand mixer or like a stand-up mixer. Yeah, make sure to get all those crumbs. You want as much cake as you can get. Like this, you see all the icing has gone through and it sticks. If you hold it like this, none will come out. That means you're good, and they will stay nice and moist. You can add a little bit more icing if you want it to be like sweet. Okay, then what you're gonna do? You're gonna wanna take you're gonna wanna like scoop them in the balls. If you have this machine, it's really useful. Just take a ball of cake pop, plop it in. You're gonna wanna make it kind of like, you're gonna wanna keep it compressed, or else it's gonna fall apart while you're like icing them.
You shut up.
Or whatever you're doing with them. Then just pop them on. And if they're kind of falling apart, then add more icing. Like I'm gonna add a little bit more icing because mine are kind of falling apart. So
No, I didn't want that.
like you see this, just add more icing in
No.
if you want.
What? Pika, yes.
Trust me, it'll get good.
The pog. You a pog. You pog.
Just keep adding more icing if you need it. The goal is to make your cake pops as not too sugary and not too sweet, but also so they don't fall apart and crumble while you're icing them, so then they don't fall in the icing and taste disgusting. That's happened to me. It was sad. And it was in baking class. I was doing a baking class. Yeah, and when you have good enough cake, you can just grab your machine, whatever you have, form it into a ball. And then place it on your sheet of paper. make your tin foil, whatever it's called, aluminum foil. And after you do all that, after you use up all your cake, you can put them in the freezer and let them until they harden, and then you can get your chocolates, whatever you're gonna melt, and roll them in the chocolates, and you'll have cake pops. Sounds simple, but it isn't. Takes a lot of skill.
Go watch.
You know what? I'm just gonna go like this.
Can you help?
Okay. Here, Mom, you can just put it on the counter. I can time lapse it. And
You're in there. Just
look, they should look like this when they're all done.
Ooh, yes.
Put them in the
Help.
down.
like that. Yeah, they should look like that. But if they're too mushy, like if they have too much icing, they might like break, kind of. You can start putting your sticks in if you have sticks and if you want to use them. You don't have to use sticks, but I prefer to use sticks. They're really cool. Guys, comment down below Apex or Fortnite. I just want to know how many of you guys like Apex or Fortnite. So, you're going to want to put your sticks in carefully so they don't break. And if they start to crumble, just smush them together. If they completely fall apart, that means you didn't use enough icing. But if they're just like falling slowly apart, you just gotta, you can put it back in your bowl and roll them longer. But like, just do what you want with them. It's your cake pop. You can if you like them like crumbly, then keep them crumbly. But if you don't, if you want them to be perfect, you can easily just throw all your stuff back in, add more icing, and keep mixing it together. Mine are coming along pretty decent, guys. Remember to subscribe to PewDiePie. Always subscribe to PewDiePie. Comment down below if you already have. Comment down below who you like more, PewDiePie or T-Series. And if you want to play with me in Fortnite, tell me your username. So, I'm almost done with mine, guys, but if you're done with yours and you're already put in all the sticks, you're going to just want to throw your pan in the freezer for like 10 to 20 minutes. That will get them hardened. And then you're going to want to get some melting chocolates. Melt them in a pan. And then you can, after they're melted, get out your cake pops and you can roll them in the chocolate. I will show you what that looks like when I am done. I'll do a separate video on how to roll them in the icing. Guys. So, yeah. I'll do a separate video on how to roll them in the icing after mine freeze. So you don't mess up on the icing part, because that's the most important part. Making sure they're nice, good, and iced, and they look good and they're not crumbling. Guys, I'm only going to do 8. Actually, I might do, if I have extra batter, I might do some more. But, like, you know, you always gotta roll with the punches, even if yours are crumbling.
Dad, I got a really cool game. It's Justice. A DC.
But always
I
remember
have to show you it.
to make them good. Guys, one of mine won't even just communicate with me, it's just being
What are
a
you making,
savage.
bud?
Cake pops.
Shut up. Don't hit me.
This is,
Shut up. No, I said that's bad.
if you guys hear my brothers, they're just being like mean to each other. They're just playing some Fortnite and Brawl Stars.